Caitlin Clark is the face of the WNBA. She is the Steph Curry of the WNBA. She's not only going to bring deals that are going to, you're never going to see or you would have never have seen the WNBA get if it wasn't for her because of what she does. The young fans, the young athletes, the young girls that want to see her play. Her seats, when you go and watch a Fever game in Brooklyn, when she played in Brooklyn last year, the seats were $400 or more. Even the high boony seats were $400 or more. I mean, you have a better chance of seeing LeBron James or Steph Curry than you see Caitlin Clark. She is a full-grown superstar for the WNBA. This is what you want to see the WNBA have. It's going to bring in many opportunities for these young ladies, these ladies, to make a living for their families, not have to go overseas, not have to play in Germany, not have to play in Lithuania, not have to play in Spain or Portugal. This is an opportunity where these girls can play 82 games in a season like the men do, and where they're getting shoe deals that are worth tens of millions of dollars, as Caitlin Clark just got her first shoe deal. This is good for the WNBA. Why is there so much hatred for Caitlin Clark? And I agree with some of the fans. I've watched her get slammed on the ground. Now, I'm not saying Caitlin Clark doesn't plan her own fouls, and some of them, I would say, are bad fouls by Caitlin Clark. But some of these girls do when she's going up for a layup or going up for a three-pointer and they're knocking her ass the way they have over the last last year and a half, is despicable. And the WNBA need to protect their superstar player, as the LJA always does. The LJA, LeBron James Association, protects their superstars. They have to protect this girl. She is going to bring in a significant amount of money for the WNBA and for women's basketball, for women's sports. This is what you want to see. Merchandise going off the shelves. Her being a top 10 merchandiser. And she will be. By the end of this year, her jerseys are going to sell just as much. All the WNBA players put together, all the NBA players right there amongst the NBA players, Major League players, and then even NHL players. She stands for something for basketball. And this is what you like. I know everybody loves Steph Curry. He changed the NBA, the three-point shot. She's changing the WNBA. This is where girls are going to actually want to play women's basketball instead of running track and field or swimming or doing something of that magnitude. They're going to want to play women's basketball because there's money in it and there's fame in it and there's opportunity to become a star in it. This is great for women's basketball. I don't want to see this anymore. I don't want to hear it anymore. And I absolutely agree with whoever's writing it. Brewer, Mickey Mantle, in his grave, or anybody. Whoever's writing the story, they can continue writing the story because the stories will be written 15 years from now when the WNBA is going to be a multi-billion-dollar organization. Teams are going to be worth millions and millions of dollars. I would say closer to the hundreds of millions of dollars. Instead of buying a WNBA team is worth what? 20 million? 15 million? You could go out and buy your own WNBA team. Ask Alex Rodriguez. He just took over the Timberwolves and took over this WNBA team. By the way, it's a pretty good WNBA team. So I think that this is good for basketball. Why are we complaining about this? Why is everybody pressing on this young lady? Let her play her game. Let her bring in opportunities for some of these girls to make money that they couldn't imagine making. And their families and their daughters and their sons get a chance to see mommy go out there and play year in and year out basketball, 82 games in a season where they don't have to fly to another country and try to get school taught by some woman named Bertha. I also believe she was Time Athlete of the Year because of who she was and what she's done for women's basketball, not because of being that she's white or she's a woman. I don't think it had anything to do with it. I know a lot of people think that, but it had nothing to do with it. She came to the WNBA like on fire, and everybody, including yours truly, thought that she was going to score, 30 points per game. And I know Snug and Jeff want to make jokes, but the girl's doing even better than that. Even averaging 16 points a game, she's averaging almost a triple-double. That's better than 30 points a game. So make a joke all you want. She's doing something that the WNBA has never had. Nobody. You can go up and down some of the great women's basketball players of all time. Even Lisa Leslie. Remember her? none of those girls will ever be what Caitlin Clark has been for 2 years of the WNBA's existence since she's been there. This is great for women's basketball. It's great for men's basketball. It's great for sports. Why is anybody bitching and moaning about this? I think there's a problem with some people when it comes to jealousy. There's no reason to be jealous of anybody. You think Joba was jealous of Phil Hughes when they came up together? Or was Joba, obviously jealous of any of the young pitching relief pitchers that he came up with that he was being compared to? No, he went out there and played his butt off, and he proved to everybody that he was a better pitcher than both or three of those guys. So that's what you do. Go out there. If you think you're better than Caitlin Clark, go out there and beat her. Go out there and show everybody why you deserve the spotlight from her. But until you do that, there shouldn't be any complaints.
I think it's, and I hate that this is kind of a little bit of the narrative, like, because she is a white female doing what she's doing in a predominantly black-dominated WNBA, where, that now they're realizing that she's the truth. And, if you can't beat them, join them. But then if you can't beat them, you beat them. And I think we've seen that in the frustrations because they're like, what is she doing? Like, she's being Caitlin Clark. She's doing, and like, I never really watched the WNBA. But if it's on and there's nothing on, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna see what she's doing.
Of course,
she's done everything. I mean, she's done everything the right way. She's handled it perfectly. Which, why wouldn't she? Like, first of all, obviously she's surrounded by a great group of people in her circle. She doesn't have to. Like, she just goes out, plays her game. Oh, let me just sign another endorsement. It's a tough one for me because she is from Iowa, but I was spoiled because I got to watch her, because all of the Big Ten and stuff here. So, but it doesn't make sense to me how you can hate on somebody for being good. Like, it doesn't make sense when you're body checking her and doing whatever. Like, I don't understand.
I agree with, by the way, Kevin Fitz coming out on our group message over here saying that what is all the hype with Angel Reese? Angel Reese obviously was a champion. She won a national championship. That's great for her. Congratulations to Angel Reese. The problem with Angel Reese is ever since she came into the WNBA with Caitlin Clark, she has some kind of she hates on her. I mean, Angel Reese wouldn't have gotten all these deals that she's gotten through sponsorships and advertisements if it wasn't for Caitlin Clark. They're both superstars. They both can be compared to each other, and that's what you want. They could be the Bird and Magic of the WNBA. That's what you want to see.